Hello everyone, it's once again me, Crunk Hunter 99. I woke you by the Reptile Planet, and today I want to share with you my knowledge of animals and how I was able to make that knowledge into and put it into a creative way. Now, what you see in front of me are all the books I have written in the past 6 years of my life, from 11 years old all the way to my age now, which I am now 16, going on 17. Now, all these books were all handwritten. Took me many, many days, weeks, months, all the way up to a year to finish them all. I have everywhere from where they live, all the families, from elapids, crocodilians, vipers, all that. And what you see are even some of the ones that I wrote about which ones make good pets and their morphs that you'll see on in reptile shows. See their awesome mutations from albinos, leucistics, panopides, all that. Now, all this writing that I've done over my life really took me to a new level of how I learn stuff because I like to share this with people and let them know how I am able to remember so much information about each animal. And I wonder if you remember back in my tank introduction, I mentioned that I'm writing a book on fish now. That is actually true. I am writing a book on fish at the moment. Now, it's still a work in progress, as you can see. I'll bring it closer to you. As you can see, it's still a work in progress, but it's coming along very, very well. I tried to attempt this the first time. It did not work out so well, so I took out some more time to figure out what to turn into, and now it's coming along very, very great. Now, my first one, when I was about 11 years old, that's when I started writing this stuff, and my first one was all about snakes. It was amazing, awesome. It really made me feel like that I can actually share all my information about these animals, and then I just started from there. It really was a big thing that I really wanted to do in my life, and I just kept on writing. I've made, as you can see, a total of 34 books in 6 years. That's a lot. That is a lot of books I've written throughout my life, and all of them are each unique from the other. Some of them you see just about dinosaurs. Others you'll see about they're organized in species. One of them is in alphabetical order, which really was a cool thing I did. And my biggest achievement was I made them each unique. Say, for example, this turtle book that I've created. It's very good. And what's unique about this is that you know how you're reading and you accidentally tip over your drink and it spills all over the book and the whole thing is ruined? Well, this one does differently, but this one, what I did is I reinforced it. I actually taped over some of the pages. That way, if something spills over it, the water won't see through, and all the pages won't be ruined. You'll still be able to enjoy your book as you read along. Other thing though is I try to put pictures in it. It doesn't really work out the way I thought it would, so I just try to remember what they look like, and that ends up being a good thing because I'll be able to know what they look like, where they come from, and exactly know all the information about them, and it really turns out really excellent. Now, some of them are still a work in progress. This is my newest one, which I will show you right now. This is labeled Dinosaurs of the Dinopedia, which I have named. This is a big dino book. It is, I think, one of the biggest ones I've ever made with an extra feature. I have actually made an actual display on the very back so you can actually interact with the weapons of one of the most dangerous predators from the early and late Cretaceous period, 70 to 65 million years ago, back meets dinosaur. That was really, really cool. I did enjoy doing that. Let people know what they used to hunt and what period they're from. Now, all this writing does take a lot of time. Some of them took me about a few days. About probably like 2 or 3 days took me about to the end of the week. And most of them took me all the way up to the next year, which is a long time because it is a lot of writing. Depends on how big the book is. Now, some of these are very small, but there's a lot of pages that requires a lot more writing. Before I write a book on animals, I had to figure out what I'm going to title it, what's it going to look like, and what animals I'm going to put in it. Now, I have put in a lot of species of animals, even their mutations. You can see right here. I have a book on their morphs that I like to show people, like what kind of morphs they have. Like, for instance, in ball pythons, there's albinos, blue-eyed leucistics, pandapides, all that. I like to show people what their morphs are, how you can breed them to get the other morph-related genes in that animal, and like pass it on, so like they will know what morph to breed with another morph to get that wonderful mutation that they're looking for. Now, some of this stuff I have actually, some of them in the past I may have a little trouble with. Some of them can be a real pain because I have some information that is not shown. I always have to like search through every single informational site that I can find until I can actually find it. Now, I do have to require websites in order to make this stuff possible. I have to label the sites on the back of the book so people can know where it came from. Don't get me wrong, I don't plagiarize. That's something I want to get out there. I don't plagiarize. I know that's very wrong and illegal. I just want to make everyone know that I don't do that kind of stuff so that you can understand. Now, all this stuff is very unique, very longer than the last, and some of them are shorter than the last, and people might even find their favorite animals in some of these books. Say like someone likes pit vipers, they might find their favorite rattlesnake or find their favorite lizard or crocodile in one of these books, and be able to know where it's from, what's it all about, etc. Now, this stuff is a really accomplishment because it's kind of like giving me one step further into my future career, which is being a zookeeper. And I really hope that this will keep on going until I can actually reach my full career, and maybe I'll be able to pass these on to someone else that they might enjoy reading about their favorite animals. Now, this is one of the greatest accomplishments that I've made in my life, and I do wish to continue it as my life goes on. Well, that's all the books that I have. I hope I will have some for the future. We'll have to see and find out. I'm Crocutter99. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm Crocutter99. This is Reptile Planet. I'll see you next time.